shake, shake. How can I do that? Shake. I don't kind of make that sound. Shake, shake. I love my shake. I'm late with my shake because I was on a call with my daughter, and so I'm late with my shake. So, hello world. This is Barbie Lee. This is Shake Talk. It is Shake Talk time. Shake Talk time. Brought to you by my Isagenix, Isoline. I always do a chocolate vanilla banana. I just have to say, I'm a creature of habit. I love to experience new things, but my shakes, they're the same. Chocolate, scoop of chocolate, 2 scoops of chocolate, scoop of vanilla, banana. But the banana makes all the difference, and it tastes a little bit different every day. So when someone says, oh, you eat the same thing every day, no, it tastes a little bit different every day because the banana, however the banana tastes, right? So good morning, world. Welcome. I do love my Isagenix shakes. So I was compromised. Well, my credit card was compromised. So about a week ago, last weekish, my daughter sends me a message. Says, hey, Mom, any chance you're ordering Uber Eats in Amsterdam? I'm like, yeah, unlikely. She goes, okay. She laughed. So, yeah. So my credit card was compromised. And my daughter got the fraud alert. So she's the one, because she's in Canada, so she's got the phone number. So she gets a fraud alert. Was this you? And she hits no. And it says, okay. And then they called her. And she's like, I'm not picking it up. What if it's, somebody trying to be a fraud, right? And then they left a message and said, hey, your card has been compromised. Please call this number immediately. So she's like, call me up. Says, hey, Mom, go call this number. I'm like, okay. So, of course, I don't just call the number. I go and look up the number. I'm like, yeah, that's the number. But I still call the number on the back of my credit card and ask to be moved to the fraud department. Just so you know, I didn't trust the number online. Okay, so just for you guys to go, oh, Barbie Lee, you called the number that somebody left a message? No. Anyhow, so the dude is like, yeah, it looks like your card has been compromised. Actually, I started with the lady first. And she was like, so there's, 5 charges for Uber Eats in Amsterdam. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of in Mexico right now. She goes, oh, that's nowhere near Amsterdam. I'm like, right? And she says, oh, well, I need to send you on to my fraud department to to do this, right? I'm like, okay. And she goes, they'll need to verify some of your information, blah, blah, blah. I said, no problem. So she puts me on to another guy, and he's like, hi, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, so I just need to confirm your identity, just yes or no questions. And so I said, okay. And he goes, blah, blah, is this your, do you have this? And I said, that is correct. And he goes, who is the other person that, whatever. And I was like, I don't have that. And, or do you have another? And I was like, I do not. And he goes, you're allowed to answer yes or no. And I said, no, I read somewhere that I'm not supposed to say those words because you could be recording my voice and then use it against me. And he burst out laughing. He goes, you called us, right? I'm like, oh yeah, but I was transferred. So who knows where I was transferred? Anyway, so it was fine. My card was compromised and all I had to do was cancel the card, and Scotia was like, oh, we'll send it to your nearest branch. I'm like, well, I'm in Mexico until August. And she's like, oh, yeah, well, then we can't really help you, can we? I was like, not really. Anyways, I had my other Scotia credit card, so it was fine. Anyways, the point being is my card was compromised. They have no idea when or how. This is the second time. So my first time was like, I don't know, 10 years ago, 11 years ago. I got a call from MasterCard saying that my card was compromised. So my card was compromised, meaning somebody got my credit card information and was trying to use it for nefarious reasons. So when I went and looked at my credit card statement, like when I was waiting online with Scotia, I saw a charge went through for something called, not Whole Foods, but some sort of Marketplace Foods or something like that for 93 cents. I was like, I would never use my credit card for 93 cents, and I don't know what Marketplace Foods are or something like that. Then my Virgin bill went in, and then boom, 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 I'm hit with Uber Eats. And I was like, okay, I don't have a criminal mind, so I have no idea why somebody, like seriously, did somebody really order Uber Eats from all these different restaurants on a stolen credit card? Like, did they really think that was, like, did they, or is this restaurant a front for somebody and they took the cash? Like would they commit fraud to order pizza, right? Anyway, the guy from Scotia was like, yeah, someone probably smoked a little too much and got the munchies, and I kind of laughed. And I said, but really, like, are they that dumb? And he's like, yeah, maybe, I don't know. He goes like, I don't have a criminal mind. And I was like, I don't have a criminal mind, and I don't know why somebody would do that, right? So whatever, I canceled my credit card. I have to get a new credit card, so I'm back in Canada in August, right, going to visit my grandbaby. So I'm like, I'll get a new credit card when I go back. No problem. Then my daughter calls me this morning, and she was leaving a message. She's like, funny story. So she received a phone call from Amazon this morning saying, oh, the MacBook Pro, one went to Vancouver, one went to Calgary, one went to Manitoba, blah, blah, blah. And she said he was super nice and super sweet and heard the baby in the background. He goes, oh, if you need time for the baby, I can hold. Being a mom is so important, blah, blah. She said he was so nice, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, well, I need to transfer you to our fraud department. And she's like, yeah, you know. Then she woke up her husband because he was sleeping. And anyways, turns out they were trying to scam her. Now, I told her I asked her if she'd make a video and tell the whole story. But here's the bottom line. They were super nice to her. They had most of her information. They're like, I want you to confirm this with me. They told her the last 4 digits of her credit card, which that was what freaked her out. She's like, how do you have the last 4 digits of my credit card? So something in one of her accounts was compromised. And it ended up being her Amazon account was compromised, is what she can tell, because she's locked out of it now. She can't even change the password. It says that account has been shut down due to fraudulent activity. Okay? So that's what had happened. Somebody had hacked her old Amazon account that she has not had since she's been living in Ontario married. This is an old account that she had, but it still had her credit card on it. They had her Edmonton address, and they had her one of her Ontario addresses, her first address in Ontario. So she didn't lock down that. She didn't close that account. So make sure you close any old accounts. That's for me. That's a warning for me too. But my daughter knew enough not to answer yes or no or give them any information, right? She would like, yeah, that's right, and whatever. And then, but she said multiple times to him, I am not comfortable giving you that information. He goes, it's fine, I understand, let me ask you a different question. And she goes, no, I'm not giving you that information. If you really have my account, you would know what it is. I wouldn't have to, well, I need you to verify it. And she said, and this was key, can you direct me to a website that will tell me how to go through this process so that I can watch, you know, or so that I can go through it by myself. Oh no, we're just going to make it easier for you to make sure you're safe. And she's like, I would like you to send me an email with a 2-step verification code. No, we're just going to walk you through it. So she said the right thing. So hear what I'm saying. She never said the words yes or no right on her calls so that they record her and do that kind of stuff. She didn't verify any of their information. They had a lot of her personal information. But she kept saying, I'm not comfortable with that information. So then he passed her on because he's like, well, we're going to put you onto the fraud department and they will help you better. And she's like, okay. That's when she woke up her husband. She goes, take the baby. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't feel right, but it might be right. And now my daughter's brilliant. Okay? She's not, you know, uneducated. The woman is an aerospace engineer. She speaks 2 languages, 3 if you count the Spanish that she's learning, and she's a captain in the military. She flies airplanes. Like, she's not a dumb girl, but she felt uneasy, but she still went through some of the process. Okay? So then when she gets to this other guy, he's like, oh, I'm so-and-so. My badge number is, or not my badge, I am officer so-and-so. My employee number is so-and-so and this and that. And she's like, eh. And everything about it kind of made her feel whatever. And then he wanted some information from her. And she says, tell me or give me a website that I can go and correct this. Well, you're going to be locked out of all your Amazon accounts. She goes, oh, okay. And he hung up on her. So she was on the phone long enough with them for them to feel that, you know, she was complying. And she kind of sort of was, right? But at the end of it all, she knew it didn't feel right. And that's my thing for you guys right now, is if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. You all know somebody that has been catfished or scammed or compromised. For God's sakes, you've been hacked or cloned on Facebook. I've never been. Knock wood. I'll tell you reasons why I've never been cloned on Facebook. I have a public profile. I have 4,000 people that follow me on Facebook. I don't know who all of them are, but my friends list is not public. My birthday is not, well, my April 1st is, but not my year or anything. But if you follow me, you have to look it up, then you can know what year I was born. But I have no information that is public, except you can go to my website from my Facebook, right? And then my website is locked down. I have secure things on my website. I have never been hacked or cloned, because you know why someone wants to clone you? Is because they see your friends list, and it might not be you. It's not you they're going after. It is your 50 or 500 friends that also don't have their shit locked down, and then they span it out and fan it out to their people. So you have to protect yourself. There has to be some internet safety for you guys. I could do nothing for my credit card being compromised. I did nothing. I said, when was it compromised? I said, like, the only time I use this credit card is, like, I just used it online to buy a freaking Canada passport. That's the last time I used it online. Everything else is only for my automated payments. He goes, it could have been months ago that it was compromised. It's just being used now. I totally forgot to drink my shake. I'm so excited. Yeah. Okay? So, I couldn't do anything when my credit card was compromised. It had already been done. Uber Eats had delivered a lot of food or whatever, it's done. My daughter, in the process, realized it didn't feel right, and she cut it off. And I'm going to beg you guys, if it doesn't feel right, if you get a Facebook friend request from somebody that you're already friends with, know that it's not right, right? If you see one of those, oh my God, the posts they're exactly duplicate posts. There's two pictures side by side of an abused dog or a lost dog, something like that. They're identical posts. That is a scam. After it gets shared so many times, they change the post. They go in and edit the post. And now, this is how you post things on your wall that you never posted. You've heard about that, right? I hear there's a new scam going around. It makes it look like I posted something and I would never post that. Bullshit, you did post it because you posted a scam post. Guys, protect yourself. Then, now, you've posted a scam post. Now, the scammers know who did that because they can see who shared their posts, right? Now you're followed. Now you're hacked. Or cloned first, hacked second, and you'll never get it back. I have a friend that still, for years, have been trying to get back into her own account. She can't. She's in her account, but it's still under somebody else's name. She cannot change the name on the account. I don't know why, but she cannot change the name on her account. So I am telling you, protect yourself. You cannot 100% protect yourself. My credit card was compromised, right? Credit card company, thank God, make sure your fraud alerts are on. Make sure your fraud alerts are on. Because I only check my credit card statement about every 4 or 5 days. I don't go in there every day, right? And the fraud alerts only go to, my Canadian credit card only goes to a Canadian number. So if you have to pay a family member to be your fraud alerts because you're living here in Mexico, then pay a family member to be on your fraud alerts. I don't care, but do something to protect yourself. So my credit card was compromised. My daughter's Amazon account was hacked into. They got all her information, and then they tried to extract more because the account was dead, like it was not used, so they were trying to get more information from her. Be careful. And don't think that you are above it. Don't think that, oh, I know this and I don't. And don't be so fearful that you don't do anything either. You know, that you're never online because you're so fearful of things. Don't live that way either. Be educated. Get information, right? Rydell said there's a show on Netflix called Tinder Swindler or something, Tinder Swindler or something like that, about somebody that, so it's a documentary of some guy that would go on and literally did all of these husbands hunting bugs. he's got a broom on the roof, about these guys, and he, you know, flew women to these countries where there's no extradition laws or anything like that, so he could do whatever he wanted, because technically what he was doing wasn't illegal. Anyways, the scams are getting more and more elaborate. There was a video, there's a video going around on Instagram where there's a couple sitting in the movie theater and there's a girl on the movie screen, and it says, "Mom, Dad, hi, I'm Elizabeth, right? you know, your daughter, and like you can see the parents, like it's just an ad, right? And she's like, I know. She says, it's me, but about 8 years older, but you can still tell it's me. And my voice is the same. And I still have my dad's eyes. And, you know, this is what happens with AI when you post all my baby pictures and everything that I do. And I'm always online. This is how they steal me. This is how they steal my identity. And you don't know what they're doing with my body now online. And it was just like, as a mom, I just went, oh my God. My daughters don't put my daughter doesn't put her children online. I'm not allowed to. If you ever wonder what my grandchildren look like, you don't get to know unless you meet them in person. I guess my daughter has a thing, which is thank God she has a thing. Anyway, there is so much stuff online, like so much stuff. Protect yourself. Don't get scammed. Don't get hacked. Don't get cloned, right? And if something seems abnormal, if somebody phones you, call them back. Get a legit number, right? Oh, one of the things that the guy said to her goes, okay, so we need to put you on a secure line. That's what he said. She's like, I thought, you know, if you called me, isn't there a secure line? No. Here, I'm going to give you this number. You Google it right now, and you will see that it's this law firm. Do you see where I'm going? And then we'll call you from that number. So she's on the phone, and then a number comes in from that number that says, oh, so-and-so law firm on Google, right? She does a Google search. How hard is it to put up a website? Not hard. I could make one. Actually, I could make one for you in about 10 minutes because I have templates. I could make it like that for you, and it could be up, okay? Anyway, if I had to do SEO, I had to make it maybe 20 minutes or 30. I couldn't do SEO in 20 minutes. Anyway, my brain went there. I could make it, but I can do it. Anyway. So she declined the call. So the number was online. She declined the call. They said, oh, ma'am, I noticed you declined the call. She goes, yeah, I'm not comfortable with this. And that's when he freaked out on her, right? And then hung up on her. She still felt, like, you know, somebody tried to scam her. She still kind of felt that way. But she didn't get that far. She did, however, call her credit card company immediately, and they said, oh, it looks like an Amazon check was done this morning. So while she was on the phone with them, the same time frame she was on the phone with them, they were doing an Amazon check on her credit card. If you ever vote online, sometimes they put through like a zero balance or a penny or something to see if it's an active credit card. And on that, they would have wiped it, right? They would have wiped the card. But she stopped it because it didn't feel right. All right? So, my challenge to you today is, 1, lock down your friends list on Facebook so that only you can see it, not friends of friends, because your friends are dumb. I love you all, but your friends are dumb, and they leave their friends list open, okay? Oh my God, one of my students goes and posts the other day. One of my past students, like from my 30s when I was teaching, post, he has a new grandson. I was like, grandson? How does one of my students, I'm not that old. How does one of my students have a grandson? Anyways, I'm older than I think, obviously. Anyhow, I was very young when I taught high school, so there's that. Dwayne says I'm not old. Anyway, so I went to look, because I was like, how old is this dude? So I went to look to see if he had his birthday listed in there, because I could guess the year, because, you know, I knew how old he was, like when I was teaching, but I was kind of curious. Anyways, I see his name, his birthday, his email, and his phone number on his freaking Facebook profile. So I sent him a voice message. I'm like, and I called him by his full name because I know his full name, right? I'm like, dude, this is Mrs. Hemmings. You lock down your Facebook right now. He's like, oh my God, Mrs. Hemmings. It was quite funny. Anyway, lock down your Facebook. Go to the About page. Have somebody else go to your About page and see what's there. If you don't know how to do it, go to your profile information and turn everything off to only me, right? Make sure once your Facebook friends are locked down, you won't get cloned. There's no way they don't want you. There's nothing you can do for them unless you share those dumb, scammable posts. Now you're being followed. Because if you share a dumb post once, you get on a little Facebook bot list to send you more scam posts, so you share more of them. I could talk about this forever, but I have to have my shake. Two, if you are Canadian, I don't know what the Americans have, but Canadians, we have Equifax. Go get your credit report. Go see where your credit cards are on file. Go see what credit cards you have. Ask your credit card company. Call your credit card company, because this is what the fraud department did for me. He said, he said, now you'll have to change your cards, like the places where you have your card on automatic payment. I'm like, oh my God, I have to figure that out. He says, no ma'am, I'll give it to you. I can tell you where your cards are stored. I was like, oh my God. He tells me I have a freaking credit card stored on Eventbrite. I was like, I haven't used Eventbrite in 6 years. Boom, there goes my credit card off of Eventbrite. It's stored on Airbnb on an account that I've been locked out of. I can't get it. Now I have to contact Airbnb to how to cancel that account. But you know what? My card's canceled, so I didn't have to. Do you know what I mean? I didn't know where I'd stored my credit cards, because you know how many times have you bought something online and it automatically stored it and you didn't know that, because years ago they didn't have to tell you they stored your credit card. So do a little cleanup this week. I was going to say lockdown. My finger, I have a boo-boo finger, I can't. Lock down your friends list. Call your credit card company. Find out where your credit card is being used, right? They will love to protect themselves, because you know what? It's a pain in the ass for them to go through the fraud alert as well. So if you protect yourself with the help of your credit card company, then it's done. Then you don't get the phone call like my daughter got this morning, pretending to be somebody from Amazon sending people MacBooks and wanted more information from her. All right? All right. All you guys have been coming in and out. No one said hi to me. I don't really know who's watching. I see all these names of people that are here and that. I don't really know who's here. Nobody said hi, Barbie Lee. It's fine. I can live. I don't feel offended that nobody even bothered to say hello. But I know my information this morning was riveting, and you have to know this, so please share my video. Tell people how to stay safe, right? And I think it's time. Yay, Sharon! Look, someone said hi to me. I think it might be time for me to, I wonder if I still have that poem. I wrote a poem. Hey, Brenda. Yay, hola. I wrote a poem when my daughters were in 2nd grade and Budshu, play school. And I wrote a poem about internet safety. Maybe I have to resurrect that poem. I wonder if I can find it somewhere. Anyway, stay safe online. Have fun, right? Use social media and the things that you do. Stay social, but stay safe. And if it doesn't feel right, stop. Immediately. Hang up. Don't answer the email. Oh my God, and please don't ever frickin' click on a link in an email. Never click on a link in an email. I don't care who it came from. Now I say that, and I say Isagenix sends me links. It says follow your package here. I might click on a link then, because it is from Isagenix. However, 9 times out of 10, I will go to my account and I will go there. I don't do it with DHL. I don't do it with Amazon. I don't do it with Mercado Libre. I go into my account and I go right from there. So I think Isagenix might be the only one that I actually do, because nobody else do I do that with. So don't click on links in your email. And you know what? Your bank never Actually, it's funny. When on my Facebook, when my card was compromised, my daughter got 2 alerts to her phone. She got 2 phone calls, and I got 4 emails, like all in the span of 15 minutes. I was like, okay, they're really trying to get a hold of me. That's probably legit. But then I called the number on the back of my card. Okay? Any questions? Post them below. I'll do my best to answer them. Have a great day.